Hello and welcome to Perspectives. Last night the discussion was really heated. Just a quick summary. Salman Ahmed, the star, the Junoon, the singer, pride and joy of Pakistan. He said that Pakistan is suffering politically, culturally, religiously. And he's not supporting any political party, any individual, but he's supporting change. That's what he's interested in. Where we left it off last night was where Ms. Faiza, who's representing Jamat-e-Islami, said we need to free ourselves from the clutches of America in particular, generally I would say West, which controls our policies, which controls our economy, which controls our assignments. And the way to do it is put Jamat-e-Islami into legislature, into parliament, and they'll pass laws which will chase the enemies away. I fail to understand that. Salman Ahmed ended the discussion, well, it did not end, it just got kind of exciting when he said we need to get rid of this American policy of the drones and we need to free ourselves. We have suffered 60,000 people killed on the war on terror. That's where we ended. Let's once again, hopefully in a more cohesive manner, discuss, can we stick together? Can we work together for a common national agenda of better Pakistan? My guest, Mr. Bilawal Khoso, who's a student, and he says, I support the liberals. Well, thank you very much for staying with us. Mr. Jibran Nasir, again an introduction, young, dynamic gentleman who's actually contesting in Karachi's hot seat NA250 and PS 113. He is an independent and very, very vocal about not just the old parties, but also the new parties. Jibran, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Ms. Sabeen Mahmud, I cannot introduce her. She is the queen of Twitter and social media, activist, very vocal, liberal. Sabeen, thank you very much for being here. Mr. Salman Ahmed, God, the star, the gentleman, but he ended up supporting or defending PTI, even though he says he's not actually taking a strong opinion on any party. He just wants change. And Jibran's point was, I'm offering even better change to support me. But we'll leave that for now. Ms. Sabeen Mahmud, my apologies. Ms. Samra Muslim, again, the queeness of social media and the whole social scene of Karachi, if not Pakistan. Samra, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
Ms. Faiza Khalil, who is, again, a young dynamic lawyer and also representing Jamat-e-Islami tonight. Faiza, thank you very much for being here. I just open it right there. You did not agree.
You mischaracterized, first of all, for the audience.
Once again, every day you do this to me.
You mischaracterized. Look, I am for change, and I am supporting Imran Khan and PTI, but I'm not a member of the party. Neither have I sold any rights of anything to the party. So
if I was on a private channel, we do a recap of what you said yesterday.
No, and the viewers will know. And the viewers will know. Okay, we are supporting change, and for us as Pakistanis in the 2013 election, the change is represented by Imran Khan and Tehreek Insaf.
Only.
For me, yes.
Okay.
For me, yes.
Fair point.
No, if I may. The program ended yesterday about, really releasing Pakistan from the clutches of America in terms of our law and the drone attack.
Yeah.
But first of all, to take care of our internal issues, I don't think America is really interested in our bondage labor laws, in our marital rape laws. Nobody talks about that. Forced conversions, nobody talks about that. Blasphemy, nobody talks about that. Racially aggravated assaults, religiously aggravated assaults, nobody talks about
general
that.
street crime.
Yes, street crime. We can take care of that ourselves. Nothing to do with America, to be very honest.
And they're not interfering.
And if we can't, then this country is painting a very grim picture. As far as
May I interject? They're not just not stopping us, they're actually probably asking us to do
so, because they put embargoes on us when we violate human rights. As far as the drones are concerned, now, as far as PTI is concerned, that we're going to get rid of the drone problem, Imran Khan is telling us, we are here, I'm going to take you here. How? Close your eyes and hold my hand. That's anarchy to me. Quite simply. When the drones started, PTI's manifesto is riddled with the fact that no surrogate war of America, no surrogate war for America anymore. When we got into this war on terrorism, the first drone strikes happened. Now, if I was to challenge you, if you were, for example, another country, and if I am a prime minister of one country, the only way I can challenge you is the back of my army, knowing that my army is behind me. When we got into this war, the army general was the chairperson of Pakistan. He was the president of Pakistan. He was in command. But Does Imran Khan...
Who was that?
Pervez Musharraf. General Pervez Musharraf.
Who surrendered to
Does Imran Khan understand the power of our army better than a general? Does Imran Khan understand the politics of our army better than a general?
Yes.
Does Imran Khan understand the institution of our army better than a general?
Yes,
who rose from the
yes.
lowest level to the top level, spent all his life in the army, and he himself could not stand that ground, and he had to take part in that war on terrorism. Now, when you tell me that, that's basically giving a populist agenda and a bubble. It makes no sense. You mentioned a very good point yesterday.
You're arguing for army or
you mentioned a very good point yesterday that we need to rise up as a nation. We need to strengthen our institutions economically, socially, religiously. There is no cohesiveness within Pakistan. Forget about the borders. We are divided in castes, creeds,
excuse me.
culture.
I have to jump in for a second very quickly.
Then
40 years of this country's existence has been controlled by generals. So, according to you, saying is a general better at governing, or is it
I'm talking about the institution of the army, sir. Don't turn around my words.
Let me say to you, in a democracy, a civilian is a commander of the army. A civilian leader is a commander of the army. So the fact is, when General Musharraf went behind Nawaz back and started Kargil, did he know better? No, he did not know. It was an awful, idiotic mistake that he made, and Pakistan suffered for it. What? Pakistan didn't suffer for it?
That's okay, but let's not condemn things which we have no understanding of.
Oh, are you kidding me? This is public record.
It's public record of what we've been given to consume.
But then
I'm not going to use. My apologies. I will have to interject here. We can't condemn our state
General Musharraf,
policy.
General Bhukti, is that public record?
You can talk about all politics. Do not comment on state policy.
This is where I will tell you full stop. I don't care about the past.
Thank you.
I don't.
And
I'm sorry.
when we're talking about the nation rising up, no one can deny what you said earlier. The premise that PTI has not been tested and so they should be given a chance. There's no argument on that, right? If someone wants to give them a chance, they can. They haven't been tested as a party.
Prerogative.
Right? So there's no debate on that. So I think we should move on. When we talk about the nation rising up, we have been talking about this churn. And maybe last year or a couple of years ago, there was this general notion that people are largely apathetic. But that seems to have dissipated. People are speaking.
Absolutely. People are sitting here and talking.
People are
when was the
rising
last time these people sat on TV and had this heated discussion about politics?
We're not apathetic on this show.
Sure.
Exactly.
And so people are rising up. And again, going back to the point about being depoliticized, the NSF sadly has only 52 members in Karachi. It's just appalling, and I hope that again
in the late 70s, the whole student politics was strong. They were
so we need to bring the sexy back in government. Code for America is this incredible
Thank God
project.
you used that word, because I used that word and I got the entire PMLN leadership attacking me as Wajibul Qatl Kafir. So the word I use for people who are watching is interesting, beautiful, attractive. That's what you meant.
PTI attacks everyone.
No.
We are all victims of that.
So going back to the notion that so Code for America's mission is, or they talk about the fact that government is what we do together.
Yeah.
And government or politics is a service industry. We need to get educated, and only then will we start demanding accountability. I want to, just throw open the floor. You're a student, ask people what they think. If the elections happen and whatever transpires, will we, the people, get to know our politicians? Will we, will we demand corner meetings for the next 5 years? That is what I'm interested in seeing. That will we get involved?
That's a brilliant point. But I would like to add just one more thing. As Salman said, you may not agree with me. A civilian.
I hardly agree with you.
We have but my question: a civilian, general, what you're wearing, what's your ethnicity, what's your education, where you're coming from, whether you're a philanthropist or a philanderer, it doesn't matter. I need to hear what's your technical capability and experience that you are going to make my laws. I need to hear statesmanship. I need to see if you can handle foreign policies. You can't just be, and I'm sorry, I'm not taking any names, but there are various parties and politicians who say things which are like, what? How does that work out again?
See, because it's all now this is where I'm going to throw my professional field, which is basically marketing. Okay, there's a lot of PR and marketing happening out there, which just absolutely has no logic or weight behind it. So there are buzzwords that we in marketing take for brands, and we say, oh, this is like the best glass or best biscuit or whatever out there, and we then tag it and have it positioned or whatever. That's what we do as our profession, and we do that day in, day out, and that's what these political parties are doing out there. So they're taking
brand image.
They're thinking all about the brand image.
Nothing per se wrong with that, right? They're selling an idea.
That is fine, but then again,
but there has to be more.
Yeah, there has to be like, but then what happens when I see an advertising campaign or when I see an announcement of a new brand, what do? We go ahead, we try it out, which is what parties like PTI are saying, try us out.
PTI is just saying,
try us out, give it a chance.
Inshallah, Naya Pakistan, that's their branding.
Yeah, that's the branding.
But that's their branding.
That's the song.
No.
That's the branding after your song. Before that, it was Tsunami.
Yeah.
Tsunami is still there, not Tsunami.
But sort of
what
I'm really curious about the tsunami. A tsunami in all.
Let me answer. I think we're like what you are saying is,
I'm not.
Imran Khan, when he brands himself as changed, right? He authentically is changed because he's never been in power once.
Which is that is exactly point.
Are you running?
No, not denying.
He's
neither.
He could authentically agree. He could authentically because he hasn't been in power.
There's no guarantee of qualification.
I agree with that.
Excuse me, we've got
Can we agree on that? Can we agree on that?
No, again, I'll say, had I been in Parliament for 4 years, I give you my word, sir, I would have passed or at least tried to push good laws.
You would have felt
not just sit there on the floor and bang on the desk and then waste time and just walk out of the Parliament.
Make it a bit more. You haven't been in power. You haven't been in Parliament. I will say that the jury is out. Is that fair enough?
No, I'm telling you the power I would have had.
For you to get into Parliament and get what you do, hold that against.
But his point is, the gentleman, your leader, has been in Parliament for 4 years. He did nothing.
Fine.
Okay. I want to go to Bilawal. He's been making these notes forever. I want to hear your notes.
So my only question is that the biggest problem that Pakistan is facing right now is law and order, right? Your leader has not publicly came out or denounced the act of Taliban.
Okay, so now can I answer that one by one?
Please.
Imran Khan is the only political leader who named LEJ on national television.
I agree on that. I salute him.
Who are doing Shia genocide. नहीं अब agree आप ना करें, आप सुने हमने.
मेरी बात
देखो ना, अब मैं छोटे हैं.
Don't worry the age range.
Pakistan has the age range also.
This is what he said about
Taliban.
Taliban.
Pakistan is not
He
about
said
equality.
there is a political and a military solution to. There's 17 different Taliban groups. You can't clump them all together.
Okay.
Each one is different. Some you deal politically, the other ones you deal militarily. So saying that he is what many of on the liberal side, Taliban, Khan, throwing in the dim. The fact is he's the only man. I want to finish what I'm saying.
The bomb blast?
He's been saying from the beginning, since 2004, that negotiation is the only way, right? And military solution would be part of the negotiation. That is exactly what America is now doing with the Taliban.
But how is military actions part of negotiation?
Okay, the political solution has a military component. That's what Imran Khan is saying.
Well, now, this week, yeah.
No. So not this week.
When he got
How can he come in different? This is no different from what America is suggesting and the talks America is having. So LEJ, he's the only political leader in Pakistan.
I salute him for that.
Don't salute him. Listen to what I'm saying. Taliban, he's also given you a solution. No one else has the courage to actually give you a solution or to call anybody out publicly.
Just one second. The fact that America is also doing, does that sanctify it?
No, so sacrifice. I'm saying that people who are
Americans are the ones we want to kick out, so they can't be sacrificed.
They want
America, unfortunately,
they want to get them out.
They want to get them out.
Don't clump us.
Again, you
Don't
know.
clump us again. I
But you just said that.
Yeah.
No, she's clumping both of us together as if I and her are
You are right-wing
party.
But
You're both right-wing parties.
So can I say something also?
I think the only one.
Are you actually asking or?
Yeah. Because you throw these darts, let me respond.
I've thrown a single dart.
Bilawal got lots of
Okay.
Going for it.
I'm asking you.
But someone just challenged everyone.
No, I'm not challenging.
No, I don't mean you. I don't mean you. No, I don't mean you. The party has challenged. Please, what would you do?
What would your party do? Yes.
If you were the government, what would you do?
As I said earlier, that we'll first try to implement the constitution. Okay, the main lawmaking
Ma'am, these
boundary.
people have denounced your constitution already. They've said we don't agree with it.
They haven't yet. No.
Yes, they have.
How?
Publicly, these terrorists have declared that we do not accept the constitution of Pakistan. We do not accept this election, and that's what they're doing today.
They are some agencies, okay, and there is a solution for those agencies, as Imran Khan and JI leaders also said. There are different problems in those Taliban areas.
But I'm not talking about Taliban areas, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm talking about Karachi.
The problem, the bombing should be removed here by the appointment on merit.
Okay. Sabeen, how do you feel about that?
By removing political affiliations.
All right.
Well, you're asking about
From
what you would do
non-partisan
immediately, right? I mean,
But is that even a long-term problem?
I don't think so. I mean, because it's too open-ended, right? You will do appointments based on merit. I can't respond to that.
To my life. Yeah. Like, to me, any political party, and I'm not any person, like I said, that was my first question. How is it going to make a difference to my life? Will I be able to go out wearing whatever I'm wearing? And
we're talking about terrorist attacks right now.
Even then, will I be able to go out in my car from one part of Karachi to say another part of Karachi, which could be Orangi town, and feel safe about it, not wanting to have like 5 guards protecting me and 10 people calling me in massive panic? Like, I want that safety and security in my city to be able to, I want to be able to get up every morning and my vendors delivering their work on time and not having...
Just get on with your life.
Yeah, just get on with my life.
I mean, nobody's even asking for much, right? Now,
yeah,
it's just asking to feel safe.
Is it
Salman,
really
what do you think is the solution? What would this, if you were in power, as Salman Ahmed, what would be your line of action to solve this problem?
So, zero tolerance for terrorism to begin with. Zero tolerance.
What does that mean?
How would that be implemented?
So, if I could...
Please, yeah, of course.
Okay. I would bring all the security forces, the police, the armed forces under civilian control.
Okay.
If I am the democratically elected prime minister, then the buck stops with me.
The question assumes that you are in control.
Yeah.
So then what I'm saying is that they have not been under civilian control.
The question assumes you are in control, sir.
So
it's a hypothetical question.
Sir, so then I'll again say that I would have all of them answer to me directly, come up with a strategy.
I'm sure you have a strategy ready.
For example, I'll give you IRA used to attack Britain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, there was a political and a military strategy to curtailing IRA.
Yeah, but their problem was not escalated to the point where our problem is.
आपने मेरे से hypothetical पूछ रहे हैं ना?
No, but it's a real situation.
So मैं आपको बताता रहा हूँ.
All right.
कि मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि you have to outline why is the terrorism, what are the roots of terrorism, and what are the branches of terrorism.
But I'm sure you've done that homework already.
So you're asking me a question, so I'm trying to answer it in the best possible way.
Okay.
This is a hypothetical. There's 3 basic reasons for terrorism that are happening. Extreme poverty, extreme despair, extreme injustice. Okay, so in that, those 3 branches, you have to address justice, poverty, And why is there despair in the country?
So no
And you
immediate
think
relief.
power and money have nothing
No,
to do
the
with it?
first thing I said is zero tolerance for
What
terrorism.
does that mean?
People
You
who
didn't
commit,
answer that. We said, what does that mean? You didn't answer.
well, that's a policing it's a policing operation. Zero tolerance. If you capture, if somebody goes and kills Malala Yousafzai, so let me give you a hypothetical.
But is the
If
situation
somebody
that the police can handle?
goes and shoots Malala Yousafzai and threatens young children, young
But
women
you keep
from
going
going,
back to that. We're talking about Karachi.
well, I'm giving you an example.
MPM officers, ANP
Yes,
officers,
sir.
they were showing up. Even a PMLN leader suffered.
मैं आपको ये कहना चाह रहा हूँ, so I would, the buck stops with me. I would go on television, first of all. Every time somebody goes, dies because of terrorism, I would go as the leader of the country and talk about why it happened and why I'm taking responsibility. I would not pass the buck, like as Zardari
Okay,
has.
fine.
See? Secondly, like I said, you have all the forces under your own control. They're not doing on their own.
But what will the forces do?
They will capture the people.
Okay. All right.
Question assumes I am in power. I believe our intelligence agencies are not so inefficient that they already do not know which lies there. To me, terrorism is not just Taliban. The bhatta force that targets killer. The political parties with the military wings. Anybody who has a gun on him has to go down. I'm going to be negotiating with those people who are thinking about picking up the gun. Those that picked up the gun, they have to go. They've made their mind, because if they're not caring about they're not putting any value to the life of innocent citizens, then they should be dealt in that same manner.
Zero tolerance.
No, not zero tolerance.
Zero tolerance. He's saying it's categorical.
Effective action. Take them out who picked up the gun.
What does zero tolerance mean? Categorical. That's categorical.
Let me say it for you. Let me elaborate on zero tolerance for you. Poverty, basic communities are for those people who are being right now influenced towards terrorism. But the mind which has already been influenced has to be taken out. You cannot afford to. And when you talk about IRA was looking for a separate country. Are you going to be advocating and you think Hakimullah Masood,
the rate of stay, what do you think happened in Sawat?
Hakimullah Masood,
In Sawat, they have Sharia law.
Listen to him. He doesn't.
Hakimullah Masood's power, he thrives.
Why are you arguing with him? Just give me the answer.
Hakimullah Masood's power right now thrives on the terrorists he has under him, on the power he has under him. You take it away from him by negotiations, he's a nobody. People just slap him around. Ask anyone who has power, who's power hungry. Why would he give that up? For what security? Are you going to make him the mayor or the chief minister of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa? I don't think so. It's illogical, the things you talk about. The reason these parties have been given certain safe ways because they talk about negotiating with Taliban. There is no negotiating with them. We have identified our enemies.
Bilawal, how do you feel? And
have
please
been
take your time
fighting for so many
before I
years.
run out of time.
Did we reach to any solution? If you said that
The question assumes I'm taking the decision, man. The question assumes
That's the
I'm taking the
decision.
decision.
Sir, I think as a nation we have this habit of blaming everything to America, and we've become apologists to some extent that we love
That's
doing
the
the blame
easiest
game.
scapegoat.
Yeah, easy escape. My only question to such people is that you all remember what happened in Sialkot with the two brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, was America behind it, or was there Taliban behind it? No. I think as a nation we've become very intolerant, and we can't agree to disagree. We get violent very easily. As far as the bombing is concerned, I think if I know where I can get an illegal gun from in Karachi, I can go and get it. Then what are the agencies doing? I think there's a big question mark on the ability of the agencies as well, and also it's not only Taliban that are the enemies. Also the masters of the Taliban, who are sympathizers and who are supporting them, and also the bigger Taliban and the bigger terrorists are those who, for example, you all remember what happened in the Baldia factory, right? 400 people were locked in a factory, burnt alive. I went there, I could literally smell the human flesh burning. Now, imagine what happened with their families. There was a guy, he said, I couldn't find the body of my brother. Then he was told that this is the body of your brother. Now, we need to sort out things, and we need to identify the loopholes in our system, and then we need to fix them. It's really easy to blame America or the West for everything, but we need to let's accept that there are some loopholes in our system as well, and let's just agree that we are at fault.
The loopholes. Just
I'll come back to you. I want the civilian, not the civilian, but the citizen, common citizen opinion, Samra.
Well, if I, honestly speaking, I've already said to me, and I kind of like agree with Bilawal over here when he says
because he's talking about a cohesive.
Yeah, he is talking
above all.
Above all, I think above all the fault does lie. Like, you know, it's so easy and so simple, and one of the reasons maybe I've like being as an individual, I've stopped watching all these political shows or just the local television, so to speak, is because all they're talking about is things that absolutely do not connect to my real life.
Exactly.
And when I go into real life, and I'll tell you, Faisal, when he talks about how easy or accessible gun is, it is uncanny that yesterday I was at a mall, a local mall, in the food court, and there was this gentleman sitting with a box of like a huge gun on the table, okay? I go down and there are gun guards in the parking area for like a gazillion gun guards, all with loaded guns and ammunition there. And this is Karachi I'm talking about, okay? How many of us know that these guards are not like loose weapons? What happened at one of the Clifton malls recently when all that firing and stuff
what happened this afternoon, a few
with
days ago,
where
somebody's guards killed another young man.
Exactly. So listen, those are my issues, my concerns, and that have nothing to do with Taliban. That have nothing to do with America.
Agreed.
So that comes down to acting local first, right?
But then Salman's point is right. And also Faiza, active policing. I'm sorry, I'll come to you.
So de-weaponization?
Well, active policing, non-political policing.
That's what I said.
The question was about the bomb blast specifically.
Well, that has gotten lost somewhere.
Yes,
So
I
agree with. I agree completely.
Yes, I totally agree with Bilawal here that hate speech is taught in our education curriculum.
Yeah.
We are taught hate speech against Christianity, against Hinduism, taking that pre-partition whole propaganda, and that's what we grow up. We grow up with grudges. We don't realize that. We need to get rid of that.
party friends, like
they're all gone.
They're all gone. Like in a span of 10 years, their population has just
we went
diminished.
to school with Anglo Christians. They're all gone.
They're all gone. Going some other way.
Your comments and also your closing comments.
I think what I want to say here that law regulates society. Since none of the law in our books made by the parliament is being implemented in our society. That's why there's so many weapons. And Karachi stands amongst those cities which have very much the highest number of illegal weapons people carrying around.
Sure.
Okay, it's a Dawn report. So, and we as a lawyer deal with hundreds of cases daily. That is Section 13D of the Armed Ordinance. People carrying illegal weapon with them.
You want to de-weaponize, basically.
How it could who is responsible for that? The agencies, the Taliban.
The agencies, the state is responsible.
Yes.
Intelligence agencies don't do
The police.
We keep saying agencies.
The police
You mean the police?
Yeah.
No, police is not
all
the
the agencies.
It's an institution. Police is not the agency.
Okay. The intelligence agencies or the police, they are all Taliban are not responsible for them.
Sure.
And we have been dealing with Taliban, the so-called Taliban.
I need to close quickly, please. Go on.
Have we been able to deal that problem or to stop that?
Salman, closing notes.
So, one of the quotes I love most is by Plato. In his book, The Republic, he says the punishment for refusing to participate in politics is that you get to be ruled by idiots. And when we started this conversation, we said there's issues in politics, in religion, and culture. If we, and I'm very happy that you're taking this decision, jumping into politics without a political background, because you're dealing with it from your perspective as an independent. So, for me, Pakistan is not a liberal conservative issue. It's a misgovernance, corruption issue. And so if all of us took interest in political life, and we actually had a little bit more tolerance for each other on both sides of the divide, it would be a much saner country.
Thank you, all of you, for taking the time out. Least said would be, it's a very, very interesting show. But I would like to just leave with this thought. Do your politics, do your slogans, do your jalsas, go all out. Go as far as you like in your political. But do not compromise the interests of the common person. Do not, anyone, and I mean anyone, because we've been giving false hopes for 60 years. Let's not give false hopes. Let's take the problems, let's take the bull by the horn. Let's understand what the problem is quickly. Don't take 5 years for it. Take 2 minutes for it. And then go head on. Because unfortunately, and I keep saying this on the show, I'm going to say it again as my last note, the world needs to understand the price Pakistan has paid on this war on terror. We are a part of this war, but it's our war as well. I'm not shifting the responsibility. We are very much in it, like the whole world. But the world fails to see the price Pakistan is paying. If nothing else, at least acknowledge that, honor us, respect us for it. We are working very hard. We are paying dearly. If you can't help us, don't damn us. Until next time, good night.